Yes. So we will start now. What are the algae and what are the basic characteristics of algae? So we will start with the characterization. What is algae and what are its body parts, and what is type of sexual reproduction, what is a type of asexual reproduction, and everything including what is important in the algae. So first point is the study of algae. The study of algae is known as what? Phycology. Phycology. Next point की जो simplest form of the plant है वो क्या है? Algae है. तो it is the simplest form of plant. Other point can be the main body. The main body of algae is haploid, that is having a gametophyte. ये haploid और diploid वाला phase जब हम life cycle पढ़ेंगे ना, then I'll explain you in a better way. So for now, the main plant body of algae is what? Haploid. Okay, and since algae is what? It is a green plant, or we can say algae is chlorophyllous because it is able to make its own food. So we can say it is chlorophyllous. Okay. Next, we can say that since it is able to make its own food and it is not depending on anyone, so it is having some kind of pigments for making food. So many pigments are found like chlorophyll A, C, and beta carotenoids, etc. Okay. Now we can take the other characteristic like if they are what I have told you in previous class कि एक का होते हैं cryptogamous और एक होते हैं phanerogamous. So ये algae किस में आ रहा है? Cryptogamous में. So we can make a distinction here. They are cryptogamous. Cryptogamous means they are having inexposed marriage. Inexposed marriage. In previous class I have explained this, na? Exposed or inexposed. So algae is having what? Cryptogamous. Algae is having inexposed marriage means their gametes are not exposed. Okay. Other characteristics of algae can be is their association. We have studied about their association. So they are in mutual association. Association with whom? किसके साथ algae का association है? Fungi. Yes. Algae and fungi are living in mutual relationship. So mutual relationship में किसके साथ? Fungi के साथ. Also कहीं कहीं देखा गया कि algae is living in mutual relationship with some kind of animals. जो sloth and lazy animals होते हैं, they are also using algae. So they are in mutual association with the sloth deer. ठीक है? Sloth deer क्या होते हैं? They are very lazy animals. We can say very lazy animals. And ये लोग algae का इस्तेमाल क्यों करते हैं? इन लोगों की बॉडी ब्राउन होती है. They are having brown bodies, and to cover their brown bodies, they use algae. And to cover their brown bodies, they use algae. अब अपने बॉडी को सिर्फ कवर करने के लिए नहीं, फॉर प्रोटेक्टिंग देयर बॉडी अगेंस्ट द एनिमी. एनिमी कौन? जो बड़े बिग जानवर, बड़े एनिमल्स होंगे जो इनको खा सकते हैं या इनको मार सकते हैं. From the protection of that kind of animal, they camouflage themselves by making association with algae. Okay, they cover the algae by camouflage. Okay, mistake. Camouflage means क्या होता है? Taking different appearances. This means what? Taking different appearances. और different appearance कैसे लेते हैं? They cover their brown bodies with the green alga. Cover, they use alga by camouflaging so that they can protect themselves against predators. Okay, जितने भी जानवर हैं जो इन sloth bears के predators हैं, those who animals who want to kill them and eat them for their benefit, from the protection of those kind of animal, they use the process of camouflage. And camouflage क्या है? They use the green alga to cover their own brown body so that they cannot be seen in between the plants. Okay, so algae का एक ये भी use था. Now main is their body. Next point, they are having, written right, they are having thalloid body. Thalloid body क्या होता है? Paika, can you explain what is thalloid body? Purvank, do you know what is thalloid body? Sana? Yeah, Purvank, explain.
Don't know.
Okay, don't know. So thalloid body is what? A body whose a body who is not differentiated. That body is called as what? Thalloid body. Like if we take our body as an example, so our body is fully differentiated into hands, legs, eyes, ears, nose. So these algae's body is not differentiated into any form. We cannot find root, we cannot find stem, we cannot find any leaves there. So it is having thalloid body structure. Just a simple greeny like structure will be there and nothing is differentiated. So next point is we can say body is thalloid. So they are not having any root, stem, or leaves. Next characteristic is based on this. They are having root-like, stem-like, and leaf-like structure. Okay, but they are not having true structures of anything. But not having true structure of anything. Okay, only plant-like means root-like, leaf-like, and stem-like structure will be present, but they are not completely formed or not formed at all. So that is why they are lacking a true plant-like structure. Okay, that is why we are saying that they are having thalloid body. And coming to their what reproduction process. Okay, so they are reproducing by fragmentation also. They reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation. Vegetatively by fragmentation. Then बाकी कौन दो reproduction बाकी हैं? Just give me a minute. Okay. So what are we talking about? Reproduction. So they reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation. Then asexual reproduction. They reproduce by asexual reproduction also. Asexual reproduction. And it will occur by the process of what? Zoospores. And then sexual reproduction में 3 type का होता है. कौन सा है? They reproduce. What are 3 kinds of sexual reproduction that are followed by the smaller plant organisms? Through sexual reproduction also. Okay. Try to remember, I have explained it I think twice or thrice. कि sexual reproduction 2-3 तरह से होता ही है. Which is, one is what? Isogamous. And second and third is what? Okay, try to remember. One is isogamous. Second and third should be what? Isogamous. Second should be anisogamous, na? Anisogamous. And the third one should be oogamous. Now Sana will explain me what is isogamous, what is anisogamous, and what is oogamous. Explain me, Sana. Quickly explain me.
I have forgotten now.
Okay. So isogamous is basically what? 2 motile gametes or 2 non-motile gametes which are similar in their structure, which are similar in their sizes, which are similar in their motility. They come together and form a sexual kind of a reproduction. Okay, and they share their gamete and then reproduction will occur. So here we will take example because I have already written the definition in previous chapter. So isogamy means if we take motile ones, motile gametes. So by the process of motile gametes, chlamydomonas is an algae which does this kind of chlamydomonas. Okay, it uses process of isogamous by the process of motile gametes. Then non-motile gametes, here they use Spirogyra. Spirogyra is also very famous because it is also an edible algae. Okay. Next one is what? Anisogamous. Anisogamous is 2 different kind of alga which are not similar in their structure, which are not similar in their sizes, combine together and form gametes and reproduce. So example here will be what? This example you have to remember. Okay. Again, Chlamydomonas, many species of Chlamydomonas are there. So different kind of species follow different pattern. Okay. Chlamydomonas, and recently you can find this example in NCRT also. Okay. NCRT also has given this example Eudorina. Okay. So this one is important. This one is a new example. And oogamous again consists of what? Motile and non-motile. Okay. इसमें क्या है? oogamous में 1 male gamete and 1 female gamete come close together and they share their gametes and then reproduction occurs. So motile में भी क्या हो सकता है? 2 condition हो सकता है. एक motile plus small male. Okay. And एक motile plus large male. Okay. Large male. Okay. So these 2 conditions are followed by fucus or volvox. And non-motile gametes में क्या हो सकता है? Male and female gametes जो हैं वो दोनों ही non-motile हों and they both combine together to form gametes. And most of red algae यही प्रोसेस यूज करते हैं. Okay, most of the red algae use non-motile gamete methods of oogamous in the sexual reproduction. Now I think many points are covered. No, they are variously found. Okay, they are shaped. So next characteristic, which is I think also the last characteristic, they are variable in their sizes and forms. Okay, most of the green algae are different forms. Like if we will see, unicellular forms are found by chlorella and chlamydomonas. Chlorella and chlamydomonas. Then we have filamentous also. Filamentous also. Again, we will see Spirogyra and Ulothrix. Then filamentous colonial also. Colonial is seen by Volvox. It is a very famous example, Volvox. So these three you have to remember. Okay, it is the important one. कि what are their shapes, and mostly green algae में ज्यादातर की variability देखी जाती है उनके shapes and forms में. Green algae is unicellular also, filamentous also, colonial also. And this example, Chlamydomonas is green algae, Spirogyra and Volvox is also what? Green algae. So most of the green algae have variable shapes and size. So these are all the basic characteristics of what algae. See, once again I will explain from the beginning what are the basic characteristics. They study, first one is study of algae, what is called typology, and it is the simplest form of the plant which has been arise. Main body क्या है उनका? Haploid है, and ये haploid जब उनकी life cycle देखेंगे तब it will be much clear. Okay. It is chlorophyllous. See, it is capable of making its own food. That is why it is chlorophyllous, having chloroplast in them. And chlorophyllous है तो many pigments भी होंगे. कौन कौन से pigment? Chlorophyll A है, C है, beta carotenoids है, and many other are also there. Okay, they are cryptogamous because their gametes are not exposed, and then they are in mutual association with what? Fungi. Somewhat, some are also mutual association with the sloth bear, because sloth bear uses it as a shelter or uses it for its protection from their enemy. उसके बाद क्या है? They are having thyroid body structure, means their body is not differentiated into any leaf, any stem or any root-like structure. Instead of what? They are having root-like, leaf-like and stem-like structure in them. And reproduction में they reproduce through vegetative reproduction by fragmentation. They use asexual reproduction and use zoospore. They use sexual reproduction, and in that oogamous, isogamous and anisogamous. अगेन oogamous क्या है? दो mutually motile में भी कह लो, non motile भी कह लो, दो non motile gametes which are similar in their size, which are similar in their structure, come close and form gamete, and then they reproduce. Example is Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. Next one is anisogamous, means two gametes which are not very similar in their structure and not in equal in their sizes. They combine and form sexual reproduction. Next is oogamous, means एक में क्या रहेगा? मोटाइल एंड स्मॉल मेल रहेगा, एक में मोटाइल और लार्ज मेल हो सकता है. ठीक है. सो दे आर यूजिंग व्हाट? फ्यूकस एंड वॉलवॉक्स. ओके. एंड नॉन मोटाइल गैमेट इज व्हाट? दोनों मेल एंड फीमेल नॉन मोटाइल रहेंगे. दे कंबाइन टुगेदर, एंड दिस मेथड इज मोस्टली यूज्ड बाय रेड एल्गी. The last point is they are variable in their shape and sizes and forms, like unicellular also, filamentous also, and can be found in colonial form also. Now let me show you an example photo. Image. Yeah, here it is NCERT book only. I have copied from there. This is what Volvox. This one is Volvox. Okay, so it is what whole colonial form is there, and it is not degrading or separating from its parent plant. Okay, and this hold fast, stipe and frond kind of structure is found in what? Brown algae. अभी जब हम लोग पढ़ेंगे we will see brown algae is like this, and brown algae is having root-like, stem-like and leaf-like structure, but they are not having true sense of any root or stem or leaves. Okay, these 1, 2nd and 3rd, these all are brown algae only, and this one is I think a Spirogyra. I have to check it once. Spirogyra, because Spirogyra is only a filamentous form, and this one is the red algae. Okay, so second one is Ulothrix, not Spirogyra. It is Ulothrix. Okay, and here it is written what is what. And this one is also red algae. Red algae is also having main axis, branches. It is just there is stem-like and leaf-like. These branches are what? Leaf-like. But actual leaf structure is not present. Okay, leaf-like. And here stem is also what? Stem-like. Actual structure is absent in them. So this all the examples here which are in this figure are important. Okay, like Wallbox also, Eulothrix also, and I think these two figures have been asked in NCRT also. By giving figure, they have removed their names, means their labeling, and by giving four options, they have asked the question. So these figures are very important. This one also, this one also. डायरेक्टली फिगर देके ही नीट के एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है बाय रिमूविंग देयर लेबलिंग. ओनली लेबलिंग से ही उनके क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है. सो if you are having NCRT book, go through it and this page and figure. Just try to remember every example and figure and labeling also. Okay? Have you understood everything about algae, its characteristic, and what are its forms? Sana, Faika, understood everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will quickly go through the text. What does it say? See, this one is a typical structure of Chlamydomonas, I think. Algae, it is, since it is a plant kingdom, it will have every single cellular organelles inside it. So cell wall is also present, starch is there, Golgi apparatus is there, mitochondria will be there, nucleus, contractile vacuole. Flagella is also there for the motility. This one is what? Flagella. Okay, it is for motility. वैक्यूल, पायरिनोइड्स, हायर प्लांट स्ट्रक्चर में पायरिनोइड्स बहुत ही रेयर दिखते हैं. दीज आर फाउंड इन ओनली स्मॉल प्लांट्स. ओके, लाइक ब्रायोफाइट्स, टेरिडोफाइट्स एंड एल्गी. स्मॉल प्लांट्स. क्लोरोप्लास्ट, प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन, every single cell organelles will be found here since it is a eukaryotic cell. Okay, now we will start. Algae are chlorophyll containing, simple thalloid, autotrophic and largely aquatic, both freshwater and marine. Okay, here they are what I have missed this point. So they are largely what? Aquatic, and they are also found in fresh water and they are also found marine. अब कुछ लोग अपने घर में भी देखते हैं where the water is continuously flowing in our home. There also we can say green like structure develops. So that green like structure is only what? Algae. Okay, जहाँ भी पानी मिलेगा and continuous flow of water will be there, algae starts to grow. The important silent feature is what? Habitat. They are found in both freshwater and marine. Freshwater and marine habitats. Some are also found in moist habitat like wet rocks, soils, tree trunks, etc. क्यों? क्योंकि वहाँ पे moisture मिलता है and they starts to grow on them. फिर कोई algal association में भी है lichens के साथ and animals में sloth भी है. Few species are parasites also. Very rare parasitic species of algae will be found. Okay. Thallus organization. Thallus is body without differentiation and the basic form and size is what? Highly variable. Means they are having every single cellular organelles present in them. They can be unicellular forms, Chlamydomonas, filamentous, Eulothrix and Spirogyra, and colonial wallbox, and attached to the skeleton with the help of what? Hold fast. Okay. The structure is what? It is eukaryotic cell. It contains membrane-bound chloroplast, mitochondria, ER, and other cell organelles. क्यों? क्योंकि eukaryotic cell में already सारी चीजें present होती हैं. The cell wall contains cellulose. क्यों? क्योंकि plant cell wall है and plant cell wall is made up of cellulose only. The nucleus contains nuclear membrane. Okay. Now food material. This one is important part when we will study red algae, brown algae, and green algae. Every single food reserve food material we have to remember. Algae have main food reserve as starch. Main food reserve क्या है? इनका starch है. In brown algae, mannitol and laminarin are main food reserve. Whereas in red algae, fluoridine starch is the reserve food material. Yes. So this side is over. Still, do you have any doubt in any of the characteristic of algae? Okay, so no doubt. I will quickly move to the table for making you understand about all the three classes of algae because our next topic is algae, classes of algae. What are the classes of algae? And NCRT book में भी एक chart करके दिया है, but that is having only few characteristics. So I have written all the necessary characteristics which are important and we will cover all the three classes in this chart only. Okay. And if you want, I can share this chart in the group also so that you can have it with you and try to remember everything. Okay. So starting with the green algae. Okay. What are their habitats? Green, brown and red algae. इनको नाम कैसे दिया गया कि green है, brown है, red है? That also we will study. Okay. So green algae is also called as chlorophyceae, brown algae is also called as phaeophyceae, and red algae is also called as rhodophyceae. These are alternative names which are given to these classes. And first we will start with habitat. So green algae is found in fresh water also, brackish water also, salt. Brackish water is somewhat what like salt water, just brown in color. वहाँ उस एरिया का पानी slightly brown in color होगा. Okay. Also brown algae, fresh water very rare मिलते हैं. Primary जो marine organism होते हैं, primary marine areas, वहाँ पे ज्यादातर के brown algae मिलेंगे. Okay. Primary और fresh water, primary जो brown algae हैं, they will be found where fresh water area. Only primary brown algae and not whole the advanced level one. Then also brackish water and salt water. And here red algae, only some organisms are found in fresh water, others will be found in brackish water, but most of the red algae are found in what? Salt water. Salt water what? Mostly ocean. Okay, ocean also deep. क्यों? क्योंकि रेड एल्गी के पास एक स्पेशल कैपेसिटी है, दे कैन बी फाउंड in very deep areas where light can also not reach. Red algae can be found, means the deeper part of the ocean we can find red algae growing over there. Okay, so when we will see the special feature, then we will write it down also. Now cell wall. Cell wall of green algae is made up of cellulose plus pectose. Like this one is also done. Like this structure, this one will be what? Cellulose structure, and this upper one, lower one is what? Cellulose, and upper one will be what? Pectin structure will be there. Means it has two covering. And brown algae cellulose structure always present, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ they have phycocolloidal substance like alginic. This phycocolloidal substance क्या है? इसमें ये sulfated नहीं रहेंगे. These will be what? Non-sulfated. Non-sulfated. And here the substance will be what? Sulfated. Polysulfated esters will be found like agar and carrageen. And these agar and carrageen are used where? They are used. ये आगे चल के कहाँ यूज होंगे? यूज इन मेकिंग अगार अगार और जेल. ओके, अगार अगार और जेली लाइक स्ट्रक्चर इसी से बनते हैं. ओके, जो जेलीज एंड जेली लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स जो फॉर्म होते हैं जिससे हम लोग फीड करते हैं मोस्टली, तो वो किससे बनता है? ये अगार अगार एंड कैरेजिन के एल्गे को यूज करके ही बनता है. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट पिगमेंट. सो अब एल्गी क्लासिफिकेशन किसके हुआ है? इस बेसिस पे हुआ है. मोस्टली एल्गी हैज बीन क्लासिफाइड ऑन दिस बेसिस. इट इज द मेन बेसिस. इट इज क्या? मेन बेसिस ऑन विच द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एल्गी हैज बीन डन. क्यों? क्योंकि अब देखो जो पिगमेंट्स हैं, pigment green algae is having chlorophyll A and then B and then carotene and then xanthophyll. So इसमें क्या है? ये chlorophyll A होता है, ये डोमिनेंट होता है. एंड इसमें जो पिगमेंट है, जो क्लोरोफिल ए पिगमेंट है, वो क्या रहता है? वो ओवल रहता है. मतलब उसका कई सारे शेप हो सकता है. ओवल, क्यूबॉइडल, रिबन शेप, स्पाइरल. एंड मोस्टली क्लोरोफिल ए क्या क्या होता है? इट इज रिफ्लेक्टिंग ग्रीन कलर द मोस्ट. वो ग्रीन कलर को ज्यादा रिफ्लेक्ट करता है. एंड क्लोरोप्लास्ट में ये chlorophyll A dominant pigment है. That is why they are also known as what? Green algae. Okay, so chlorophyll is dominant is where? In chloroplast. They are dominant in chloroplast, and chloroplast here in the green algae they can be of oval, spiral, we can say ribbon shape. Okay, so many shapes are found, and due to the presence of this chlorophyll A in very extra amount in the green in the chlorophyce or in the chloroplast of this type of algae, so that is why they are called what? Green algae. Now pigment here is chlorophyll A, C and carotenoids. Here xanthophyll. See, carotenoids A and C. Here B is there and here C is found. So a very slight difference of what pigments are there in this brown, red and green algae. So xanthophyll is slightly brown in color, and that is why they are known as brown algae. Here is the color, ये ब्राउन इन कलर. xanthophyll का कलर क्या होता है? ब्राउन होता है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ xanthophyll इन लार्ज अमाउंट. ये क्या है? लार्ज अमाउंट में है ब्राउन एल्गी में. दैट इज व्हाई दे आर brown in color. Now we will see here they are having chlorophyll A, then B, then beta carotene. Xanthophyll also phycobilins. Due to the presence of phycobilins. Phycobilins क्या है? Earlier I have explained ना. Phycobilins क्या है? A bag of pigments. तो इसमें बहुत सारे पिगमेंट्स मिलते हैं. Phycobilins is having bag of pigments, and many various kind of pigments are found in this phycobilin. And phycobilins में ही red color का एक pigment मिलता है, and due to the presence of that red pigment, it is called as red algae. स्पेशल फीचर्स में भी हम लोग देखेंगे. phycobilins में मेनली 3 काइंड ऑफ पिगमेंट मिलता है. ओके, सो इसमें ये देखो phycobilins का ही पार्ट है. दिस phycobilins is having phycoerythrin, and phycoerythrin is dominant. erythrin का मतलब यहाँ क्या है? रेड कलर से. ओके, and due to the presence of this phycobilin having erythrin, that is why they are called as red algae. Next is also very important. This one has been asked many times in NEET exams. Okay, so you have to remember that stored food material in green algae is starch, and in brown algae it is mannitol and laminarin, and in red algae it will be fluoridine starch. One by one, मतलब कभी स्टार्च का पूछा गया, कभी मैग्नेटोल का और कभी फ्लोरिडीन स्टार्च. मींस ऑल द 3 हैव बीन आस्क्ड इन नीट एग्जाम्स. ओके, सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस वन. नाउ मोटिलिटी एंड फ्लैजिला. व्हाट इज देयर मोटिलिटी एंड व्हाट इज फ्लैजिला स्ट्रक्चर? तो मोटिलिटी इज प्रेजेंट. क्यों? क्योंकि इन लोगों के पास फ्लैजिला है. एज यूजुअल जिसके पास फ्लैजिला होगा वहां मोटिलिटी होना ही होना है. सो मोटिलिटी इज प्रेजेंट एंड फ्लैजिला इज आइसोकॉन्ट टाइप. मींस दैट 2 to 8 स्ट्रक्चर विल बी देयर. अब जब तुम सेल स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ोगे उसमें फ्लैजिला में पूरी स्ट्रक्चर डिटेल में वी विल study. Now here. Here just you remember that 2 to 8 isocon type of flagella is present. And इनका position क्या है? Anterior position means upper part की तरफ ज्यादा रहेंगे. Okay. Now here we will see also flagella present, and 2 flagella will be present. That will be heteropont style and they will be laterally inserted. And in this red algae, flagella and motility both are absent. Flagella अगर absent होगा, therefore mortality भी क्या होगा? Absent होगा. Mortality absent. Now reproduction in green algae is of isogamous type also, and isogamous and oogamous. Both the 3 reproductive type will be seen. Here also brown algae will also show all the 3 types of sexual reproduction. Here red algae shows only oogamous type and post complex. Here fertilization क्या है? Complex है. Means red algae is having, it has complex sexual reproduction. Okay, जो normal reproduction का process है बाकी algae से, in comparison to this brown and green algae, it is having a complex fertilization or complex post fertilization changes. Okay, now example is Volvox, Cara, Chlorella, Spirogyra, Ulothrix, Chloromonas. So all the examples are important and ये अब आगे कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी चैप्टर में मिलते चले जाएंगे. So you have to remember each and every example. Ictocarpus, ये filamentous है. This kelp is what it is also called as giant algae. क्यों? क्योंकि this algae can reach 100 meters also. Height इनका 100 meters में भी पहुंच सकता है. Means they are very large. They are what? Very large. इनको हम लोग kelps भी बोलते हैं. Okay, these kelps क्या होते हैं? ब्रांच टाइप रहते हैं. Means कि जैसे प्लांट का स्ट्रक्चर नहीं होता, like this. They will be seen like this, and they are having a height of nearly 100 meters also, and they are deep, found in what? Mainly ocean waters. Then Fucus sargassum, laminaria, and dictyota is the example. Next is example of red algae is Glacilaria, Gelidium, Porphyra, and Polysiphona. These 2 are used in making jelly making में use होता है. Okay, and Porphyra and Polysiphona are also red algae kind and they are edible also. So here in economic importance, when you will study, you will see कि more than 70% of the alga are used as edible forms. Means कि जितने भी algae हैं उनसे 70% से ज्यादा algae क्या है? They are used for edible purposes, either as a protein, either as a jelly form, either as in some other tablet form. Okay, so these are the 3 basic classes of the algae which we have studied. Now we will quickly see the economic importance. Okay, then I will explain the whole red algae, green algae, and brown algae are separately. Okay, see, if you will learn this table, there is no need for you to go separately for distinctive characteristics of each classes. This table is whole having the characteristic of every algae. You just have to write the characteristic or characters. You will be able to write every single point. So where was I? See, economic importance. Okay, here I will explain in this page. Economic importance of algae. Okay, all together I am explaining what is economic importance of algae all together. Later we will see the economic importance of each class. Okay, so first is photosynthesis. What is the economic importance here? Every plant does photosynthesis. What is its economic importance? So जितने भी algae हैं, more than half of the CO2 fixation, means more than 50% of CO2 fixation is done by the species of alga. ठीक, सिर्फ plant ही नहीं, algae भी CO2 fixation में मदद करती है, and not 1 or 2, more than 50% of algal species are helpful in fixation of CO2. Means कि जितने प्लांट है ना उनसे भी ज्यादा CO2 फिक्सेशन कौन करता है? एल्गी. क्यों? क्योंकि दे आर इजी टू ग्रो एंड दे कैन बी फाउंड एवरीवेयर. बस जहां मॉइस्ट एंड डैम्प प्लेस होगा वहां एल्गी ग्रो कर सकता है. दैट इज व्हाई दे आर कैपेबल ऑफ CO2 फिक्सेशन मोर देन द प्लांट्स आल्सो. ओके, सो at least more than, not like this, more than 50% of okay, how to form the sentence? More than half of the CO2 fixation, not 50%, half of the CO2 fixation is done by the alga. So altogether I'm taking the economic importance of algae, and 50% से ज्यादा जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का फिक्सेशन होता है वो किससे होता है? एल्गी से होता है. सेकेंड, वी कैन सी द एग्जांपल दैट प्राइमरी प्रोड्यूसर होते हैं ना एक्वेटिक फूड चेन में, दे आर द एल्गी ओनली. सो एल्गी आर द प्राइमरी प्रोड्यूसर्स in the aquatic food chain because they are found in water and everywhere aquatic food chain. Mostly they are found in water, ocean water, fresh water, marine water. So जहाँ भी aquatic food chain start होगा, what primary producer will be what algae. यहाँ से start होगा food chain का बनना. Then food supplement, as I've explained you, food supplement. Most of the food are from food supplement. So more than 70% of alga या algal species are used as food. Okay, like a famous example we will take agar agar, no? Agar, Gelidium, Gracilaria, Laminarin, and we can say Sargassum, then Spirogyra, etc. Many are there. Okay, you just have to remember they are a rich source of protein, and that is why they are used for edible purpose mostly. Then hydrocolloid. Hydrocolloid means, Sana, can you explain what is hydrocolloid? Okay, so hydrocolloid means like hydrogen holding capacity or water holding capacity. Okay. Basically, hydro means representing what? Water. Wherever hydro is written or added, you just understand that it is talking about water. So, hydrocolloids means water holding capacity. Water holding capacity. And they have great water holding capacity. Okay. They have great water holding capacity here. So, इनकी great water holding capacity की वजह से क्या होता है, ये जेल बनाने के काम में आते हैं. जेल व्हाट काइंड ऑफ जेल, विच इज ईडेबल जेल. और वो जेल बनता कैसे है? अगार से. अगेन आई एम राइटिंग अगार एंड केराजीन. ओके, so these two are very famously used for making gel. Okay, and these are extracted from red algae. So next important is they are very good source of iodine. So जिसको iodine की कमी है, means iodine की कमी से कितनी बीमारियां होती हैं. So if we are using this algae like fucus or we can say laminaria also, these both are what brown algae. So brown algae को खाने से iodine की जो source की कमी है एक body में, वो क्या है? कम हो जाती है. Okay, so these are hold together. As an algae, what is the importance of algae? Hold together, it is photosynthetic, means ki more than half of the CO2 fixation on the earth is done by these alga. Then alga are what? They are primary producer of the food in primary or aquatic food chain mein. Then food supplement, most of the alga, like more than 70 to 75% of the alga are used as food, like laminaria, sargassum, etc. And they are having very good water holding capacity. That is why they are used to make jellies. And they are good source of iodine like fucus and laminaria, which are present in brown algae. So can we move to the slide very quickly so that we can finish this whole class of algae? Next class we will start bryophytes. I'll just go through it very quickly, not explain it. So the reproduction, I've explained this one. Vegetative reproduction occurs by fragmentation tubers and asexual by zoospores and akinets. Sexual reproduction, isogamous, and then oogamous. I've explained this one. You can see in the figure also. Fragmentation occurs in like Spirogyra mein, and then zoospores is also occurring in what? Cladophora mein. Then isogamy is similar in their shape, size, and structure. And isogamy is similar, and oogamy is, this one is male and this one is female. And then scleriform is type of a conjugation जहाँ पे दो layers या दो segmented one यानी कि fragmented one वाले ही आते हैं. Spirogyra के structure like जो algae रहते हैं, and they come close together and they share their genetic material. This one is scleriform conjugation. Very rare. It is found in Zygnema. It is, the name is also written. And now life cycle we will see in the next class because it is having great importance. So we will study in detail. Economic importance में algae are responsible for carrying half of the total carbon dioxide fixation. Some forms are produce large amount of hydrocolloids, means they are having water holding capacity. The algae Gelidium and Gracilaria जो कि red algae से इन दोनों से क्या produce होता है? They are giving agar and carrageen. इन्हीं दोनों से agar और carrageen निकलता है. ठीक है? And some protein rich like chlorella, spirulina used as food supplement by sailor and space traveler. Also, I forgot this point. Space, this chlorella and spirulina. This question has been asked many times in the NEET also, so this one is important. Space food travelers कौन से हैं जो space के travelers as a food use कर सकते हैं? These are chlorella and spirulina. Then about 70% of the marine algae are used as food, like porphyra, laminaria, sargassum, etc. Now classification. Classification is what? Chlorophyceae. The member of Chlorophyceae are commonly called green algae, and 70,000 स्पीशीज है इस क्लास में. हैबिटेट दे आर मोस्टली मरीन फॉर्म एंड फ्रेश वाटर. सेल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यूनिसेलुलर, कोलोनियल, सिनोसिटिक, मल्टीसेलुलर मींस इनका सारा फॉर्म में ये मिल सकते हैं. देन इन दिस प्रोसेस मेल गैमेट्स, oogametes में क्या है, मेल गैमेट मोटाइल है, सेल वॉल कंटेन सेलुलोज है, आउटर स्पेक्टोज है. आई हैव एक्सप्लेन दिस वन. द क्लोरोप्लास्ट क्या है, फोटोसिंथेटिक पिगमेंट है. एंड थैलस क्या है, फ्लैजिलेट हो सकता है, देखो फ्लैजिला ऐसे प्रेजेंट है ना. एंड नॉन फ्लैजिलेट आल्सो हो सकता है इसमें क्लोरेला में. एंड एसिटिबुलेरिया अम्ब्रेला प्लांट बहुत ही कम इंपॉर्टेंस वाला प्लांट है. ओके, ये यूनिसेल, इसका 10 सेंटीमीटर लॉन्ग डिस्टिंक्शन न्यूक्लियस होता है, मींस सबसे बड़ा न्यूक्लियस होता है जो कि एक ही रहता है. कोलोनियल फिक्स नंबर ऑफ इंडिविजुअल मींस वॉल बॉक्स इज आल्सो प्रेजेंट. एंड सिनोसिटिक और थैलस और कर्सिन, ये सब पॉइंट उतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. अनब्रांच फिलामेंटस थैलस क्या है, यूलोथ्रिक्स स्पाइरोगाइरा में है. देन अगेन रिप्रोडक्शन, द मेंबर फ्लोरोफाइसी रिप्रोड्यूस वेजिटेटिवली, एसेक्सुअली, सेक्सुअली. तीनों मेथड यूज होता है. तीनों मेथड में क्या आ जाएगा, एसेक्सुअल में जूस्पोल से आप वेजिटेटिव में फ्रैगमेंटेशन, एसेक्सुअल में एनाइसोगेमी, ओगेमी एंड आइसोगेमी. लाइफ साइकिल अगेन आई विल स्किप बिकॉज़ दे विल बी हैविंग हैप्लॉन्टिक, डिप्लॉन्टिक एंड हैप्लोडिप्लॉन्टिक. जब मैं ये बताऊंगी देन आई विल एक्सप्लेन व्हाट आर दीस काइंड ऑफ हैप्लॉन्टिक, डिप्लॉन्टिक एंड हैप्लोडिप्लॉन्टिक आर देयर. नाउ फियोफाइसी, सेम प्रोसेस वी विल फॉलो. कि फियोफाइसी क्या है, ब्राउन एल्गी है एंड दे कंटेन फुकोजैंथिन पिगमेंट, इसी के बेसिस पे क्लासिफिकेशन हुआ है. हैबिटेट दे आर मोस्टली मरीन एंड मोस्टली फाउंड इन कोल्डर एरियाज ड्यूरिंग कोल्ड सीजन. Size they can range from simple branch to highly profusely branched means छोटे से लेके बहुत बड़े बड़े फॉर्म भी मिल सकते हैं. एंड लार्जेस्ट स्केल्स आर मैक्रोसिस्टिस जो कि 40 से 100 मीटर तक का भी इनका साइज होता है. एंड सेल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या है, मल्टी सेलुलर है. सेल वॉल क्या है, कंपोज्ड ऑफ सेलुलोज, पेक्टोज एंड फाइकोकोलॉइड्स. फाइकोकोलॉइड्स में क्या है, ये नॉन सल्फेटेड रहते हैं. These phycocolloids will be non-sulfated. Okay. Now next is thallus, heteroticous filament है, prostate and upright branches and this thallus is branch-like structure है. Okay, here this is what branch-like structure. And the stalk lamina, see it is having hold fast, stipe, bladder, blades. So here it is written plant body is differentiated into hold fast जो कि substratum में attached होता है, means root like है. ये क्या है, root like है जो कि substratum पे attached हो रहा है. And then stipe is stem like and then lamina क्या है, ये leaf like है. Next one is photosynthetic pigment जो कि chlorophyll A, R and carotenoids हैं and they range in color from olive green to various shades of brown. जितना ज्यादा xanthophyll रहेगा उतना brown color आएगा, जितना कम xanthophyll रहेगा उतना कम brown color दिखेगा. And fucoxanthin present in them. Food reserve is most important point. Laminarin और mannitol present है, that is the most important one. Flagellation क्या है, they contain heterocont flagellation, 2 heterocont रहता है and whiplash movement दिखता है. Reproduction again fragmentation से, then adventitious branches दिखती होता है. Asexual reproduction by flagellate zoospore से and sexual reproduction by isogamy and isogamy oogamy. Then life cycle again I will skip this part. Brown algae that are used as food are laminary, macrocystic, Elaria. You just have to remember laminara and microcystis. Okay. Some brown algae are fucus sargassum. They are important fodder. Means cattles भी these brown algae पे feed करते हैं. कैसे, जब वो ग्राउंड में algae जो जमा हुआ रहता है उस algae पे feed कर लेते हैं. Brown algae are also collected as seashores and used as manure. Seashores पे manure के लिए भी improvement के लिए काम आता है. They improve mineral content of soil. Alginic acid is a phycocolloid obtained from number of brown algae, and these are used in shaving creams, ice cream, emulsion paint, shampoo, cosmetic, etc. See, fucus and laminaria are rich in iodine. Alginic acid कहाँ यूज हो रहा है, कॉस्मेटिक इंडस्ट्री में भी यूज हो रहा है, शैम्पू बनाने में भी यूज हो रहा है, आइसक्रीम, शेविंग क्रीम्स एक्सेट्रा में भी alginic acid को यूज किया जाता है जो कि ऑब्टेन होता है ब्राउन algae से. Now last one is again red algae, rhodophyceae. They are commonly called as red algae because of predominance of red pigment. कौन सा, phycoerythrin. हैबिटेट में मरीन है, ग्रेटर कंसंट्रेशन जो कि वार्मर एरियाज में ही मिलेंगे. थैलस में क्या है, मोस्ट ऑफ एल्गे मल्टी सेलुलर हैं. पोरफायरा हैज पेरेंकाइमेटर शीथ है, मींस एक के ऊपर एक के ऊपर एक रहेगा, जिसको शीथ बोलते हैं. ओके, सी दिस पोरफायरा स्ट्रक्चर एंड इट इज हैविंग, दिस वन इज हैविंग शीथ. ये इसको जब यू विल सी द क्लियर स्ट्रक्चर यू विल फाइंड अ शीथ लाइक अ स्ट्रक्चर, लाइक वेलवेटी स्ट्रक्चर यू कैन सी. ओके. Then photosynthetic pigment is chlorophyll A, carotene, xanthophyll and phycobilins. Reserve food material, chloridine starch. Important point. Then reproduction again by fragmentation or regeneration, and sexual reproduction by non-motile gamete, oogamous. Life cycle again it is having life cycle, haplodiploidic, haplohaplontic and diplohaplontic. I will explain what are these meaning. And economic importance, porphyra, rhodimeria, centera, they are used in food. See, तीनों algae का food use बहुत ज्यादा है. Algae yielding agar yielding algae like gelarium and gracilaria, वो जेल बनाने के काम में आते हैं. algae like rhodymenia, fodder होता है कैटल के लिए. कैरेजीन फाइकोकोलॉइड है, रेड एल्गी से ऑब्टेन होता है एंड यूज इन द प्रिपरेशन ऑफ व्हाट आइसक्रीम, चॉकलेट्स एंड सॉसेस, टूथपिक, कॉस्मेटिक। कैरेजीन क्या है? कॉस्मेटिक्स में भी यूज हो रहा है। फुनोरी एडेसिव फाइकोकोलॉइड है, रेड एल्गा से यूज हो रहा है, जिसमें किसका कहाँ यूज हो रहा है? टेक्सटाइल्स में, ग्लू में, एंड दे आर हैविंग मेडिसिनल प्रॉपर्टीज दीज। सो बेसिक मोटे तौर पे वी कैन से कि जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एल्गी है वो खाने के लिए यूज हो रहा है, कैटल के फूड के लिए भी यूज हो रहा है, मेडिसिन के लिए भी यूज हो रहा है, और सम आर आल्सो यूज्ड इन कॉस्मेटिक इंडस्ट्री आल्सो। Okay, so this lecture is completed. We will again start bryophytes in the next lecture and the life cycle of algae. So quickly you can see the figure. This is red algae. It is found in deep and warmer side of ocean. This is red algae. Okay, and here it is brown algae. ये colder areas में ज्यादा मिलता है, colder areas में ज्यादा मिलता है, and it is a brown algae. And classification, this is structure of chlamydomonas जो कि यूकैरियोट है, तो इसको सारा चीज यूकैरियोट एक्सेप्ट इट विल हैव एवरी सिंगल सेलुलर ऑर्गेनेल्स। नाउ दिस इज ग्रीन एल्गी, समवट काई लाइक। ओके, हिंदी में हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? काई, ग्रीन एल्गी। ओके, रॉक्स पे ये फॉर्मेशन है, रॉक्स आर फाउंड नियर द सी शोर्स एंड यू कैन सी द फॉर्म्स ऑफ आल्सो ग्रीन एल्गी। क्लेमाइडोमोनास इज लाइक unicellular, Spirogyra, filamentous, wallbox, Polonia, and Cladophora is again a filamentous form. Okay, so in today's lecture, do you have any doubt in understanding any of the point? You just have to see this diagram or this table. You will be able to write every point about all the three classes. So ये diagram important है. Okay, if anyone is having any doubt, they can ask. The class lecture is over now. Purvan, do you have any doubt? Purvan, reply me. Are you having any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Paika?
No.
Sana, what about you? Are you having any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we will close here.